Good morning everyone, and welcome back to another weekly craft vlog. I hope you're all doing well and have been creative over the last 7 days. I'm excited just to start another vlog with you today. So it is Sunday the 23rd of November. So this vlog should run from today right through to next Saturday, and then it'll be uploaded for like next Sunday, like a week today, all going well. So today I should be uploading last week's vlog. Fingers crossed, I've still got to edit it yet, but it will be up today. So yeah, I hope you're all keeping well. My vlogs are just really a place where I share everything that I'm working on, what I'm creating, and it could be any type of craft. It has been mainly knitting over the last few weeks and things, but I am hoping to venture a bit further out into the other crafts which I enjoy. So I can like a knit, a crochet, cross stitch, diamond painting, resin, jewellery making. What else? I'm sure paper crafts like card making and things like that. And I've got a Cricut, which I definitely need to do more with that as well. So hopefully we can have lots of lovely things coming up. I also want to get up in my craft room this week and organise it a little bit more. Maybe just focus quite hard. Maybe get a full day, just really getting in there. We're getting our bathrooms done this week. We've got 2 bathrooms getting sort of ripped out and new ones put in. So I dare say, whilst all that's going on, it's a perfect time for me to get up in the loft and just finally get organised. So what I'm going to do just now, I'll let you know where you can find me, like on social media and things, and then we'll have a look at what I'm currently working on at the moment. So yeah, I have obviously got me here on YouTube. So if you do like these types of vlogs, please do consider subscribing if you haven't done yet. I do have a playlist for these as well, because I do post different types of content on my YouTube channel, so it's not all craft stuff. So I mean, if you like different sorts of lifestyle things as well, do have a little look through my other videos. But I do have just a specific playlist, and my craft vlogs are usually up once a week, so you can certainly check those out. And they're normally like on a Sunday. If not on a Sunday, they're definitely on the Monday, so just sort of come back and check if they've not been up. But if you do subscribe to my channel and get like switch on the bell notifications, you'll be notified when I upload a video. And then if it's something you want to watch, you can just click on that and watch it. So you can find me on Instagram. My name over there is Handmade by Marcea. This is the QR code. I'll pop it in here so you can ping on over there and find me, but I will link it in the description box down below as well. So I'm trying to get a bit better at posting on my other social media platforms, my crafty things. So there is Instagram, as I say there. There is also TikTok. Check me out. I'm not very good at doing my TikToks yet, but I'm definitely trying. And I'm getting quite a bit of engagement on there, and a few people are commenting and things. So that's really nice. So if you are on TikTok, please pop over and give me a follow. This is the QR code there. And again, I am Handmade by Marcea. Now, new this week that I'm sharing with you all, I think it might have been in the description before, but I've never really chatted about it, is I've got a Facebook page. I have just updated that a bit and created like a new profile picture and things on that. And so I'm going to start posting more on Facebook too. So if you are on Facebook, so I know not everyone has Instagram or TikTok, but lots of people have Facebook. So again, I am Handmade by Marcea there. I will pop, I don't know, did you get a QR code for Facebook? I'm not sure. This is what my page looks like anyway. Go find me, and I will link it down below in the description. And it has been a little bit neglected recently, but I've got stuff on there from years ago that I used to do. So if you're interested in resin and things, you can see some of the things that I used to make. And then, oh, I'm on Ravelry as well. So I will link my Ravelry page down below, but this is a screenshot of my profile. I have got a project page, which is fab. So it's got all of my things that I've made on Ravelry. And if you want to know more details about a specific project, if I'm sharing things here and I don't mention it, check out Ravelry, because if you open that project, I'll link in there like the yarn I'm using, the needle size, any notes. Like I try to pop it in as I go, just to help me if I make it again in the future. But also if I've made any modifications, or if I've noticed anything with the pattern or changed anything, then I will write it in the little box there that goes along with each project. So yeah, check me out. And if you're on Ravelry, please add me as a friend, and I'll come and add you back, and then I can stalk all your projects as well, which is fab. I love looking at other people's work for inspiration as well. Okay, so let's get started with everything that I'm currently working on and what my plans for the week are. So I'm hopefully going to make quite a bit of progress. Glenn's slowly died, bless him, we've not been well. He's not been well all week. And I'm starting back again with his lurgy. And if I'm looking a bit rough, I didn't get to sleep until like 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning. I'd been awake all night. And then I'm rough. I do look rough. And so I slept till about just after 9. We both slept, but like literally just be like, my throat is really, really painful. Anyway, let's get on. So things I'm working on this week, I've got my cloud sweater, which is a pattern by PetiteKnit. It's a paid for pattern. I have been working on this for quite a while actually, but I just really need to focus and knuckle down on it. So the yarn I am using, so I have got, this is not the recommended yarn, but this is just what I've chosen, and it's working up gorgeous actually. So I'm using Drops Air, which is a really lovely yarn. It's like a blown yarn, and it is a medium thick blown yarn with baby alpaca and merino wool, and honestly, squishy. It is stunning. I bought this from Wool Warehouse. So I've got that, and then I've paired it with the Drops Kid Silk. And the colours go together absolutely perfect. They're both the two different colour names. I think one's Pink Sand and one's, is it Pink Sand? And one's something Pearl. Anyway, they're on my Ravelry page. In editing, if I remember, I'll pop it on the screen now. Or I can maybe do a screenshot of my Ravelry page with the details. But go check them out. But these are the combo. I didn't do a gauge swatch because I'm just really bad, but in future I will do. But I think I've got away with that. I'm knitting them on 4.5mm needles, and this is where we're up to. So I've got a big bit of the body done now. You can see where it's been folded. It's got a bit of a thing in there. So last time, I think my starting point was here. I will move my marker down so we can see where I'm up to. I knit a bit on this last night actually. It's been a bit neglected, but I'm gonna crack on with this, and we'll try it on later actually and see how it's looking. But I've got virtually one sleeve done. That was a full, I started a new ball of the Drops Air, and that's one full ball to this. It's virtually done the sleeve. I've got my leftover mohair, I've just popped in this little bag so it doesn't get all tangled up, and just tuck it inside the sleeve for now. So I think I'm going to start the next sleeve with a new ball, get down to that, and then I'll split another ball between the two and finish off the sleeves. Then whatever I've got left, I'll add on to the length. But it's coming on really nicely. It's like this beautiful rolled neck on it, and I did an Icelandic bind off, which I've never done before. It creates a beautiful like braided edge, so I'm going to do that on the sleeves and the hem as well. But it's looking gorgeous. It's got this lovely garter stitch detail around like the seamed areas, and I just love it. I think it's going to look gorgeous. I think once it's on, I'm doing quite well with it, so I'm really, really happy. We'll try it on later and we can see what it's looking like, but it's just got this gorgeous halo, and I'm so happy with it. It's my first ever sweater I've knit for myself, so yeah, I am super happy. Let me just move this little marker down so we can see how much I have done this time. So pop this stitch marker. So I'm going to pop it on that stitch here. So, oops a daisy. So I've moved that down to the bottom there. So that's where we're up to. And actually I should pop one. I've got one on the sleeve as well. So I've already popped one on the sleeve so we can see any work I do there. I don't think I've got much more to add on the sleeve at all. So that's where we're starting from with my sweater. So I do think we're going to get on really, really well with that. I'm going to focus on this quite a bit. Let me get that in. I'd like to make quite a bit of progress on that. Definitely, I think I'd like to get the sleeves finished this week. But what I'm going to do just now, I'm going to just try and finish off. Yeah, because I added on a new ball onto the body last week. Gosh, what am I doing? Just to add a bit of length on and just to sort of not just do sleeves. So I thought I'm going to just continue with the body until this ball's finished. Then I'm going to do the sleeves. I've got 1, 2, I've got 3 full balls still of Drops Air. So I'm definitely going to need 1 for the other sleeve. I reckon not even half, maybe a third to finish off the 2 sleeves. And then I'll have these 2 and then a bit of this for the body. And I'm just going to keep going. Because I quite, you know, just sort of see what sort of length I get. But I think I'll have a really nice length on it. I've got loads. I've still got 1, 2, 3 full balls of mohair. But I've got this, it goes so far. So I will have leftover mohair for sure. But yeah, it's just coming on absolutely fab. I'm really, really happy with it. So that's the starting point for that. Let me just pack this away. I try and keep it all nicely organised, she says, so I'm not getting in a big tangled mess, which I am doing at the moment. This is because I've now just pulled this in and out. What am I doing? Let me just sort this out. Let me know what you're all currently working on at the minute. Really interested to hear that. So yeah, that is from a sleeve. Just so that doesn't get tangled up. And honestly, that's a good... And I just tuck it in there, out the way when I'm knitting, and then it doesn't get in a big old mess. So let me just fold this up nicely. There's my current yarn I'm working with. Sit that in there. Let's fold that up. There we go. That's better. It's now just fold. There we go. Okie dokie. Pop that back in my bag. This is just in one of the little mesh bags that you get your yarn from Wool Warehouse. Absolutely love Wool Warehouse. It's a brilliant website. Okay, so next thing I'm working on is, I haven't got that many whips on the go actually, which is really good. So my Linea sock. So this is the sock I'm knitting from 52 Weeks of Socks. I have started, I've got a separate video where I'm going to try, like, where I sort of like document the process for each sock, and I'm planning on doing it for every single sock in this book. We shall see. I used like a random generator to determine which sock I'm going to knit, and it came up with sock number 12, which is the Linea socks. This is what it's going to look like. Is a toe-up sock. I've never knit a toe-up sock before, but so far so good. It's going okay. So I'm knitting this in Drops Fable. Here we are. So this is a sock yarn 4-ply. It's a superwash treated sock wool, and it is 75% wool, 25% polyamide, and 50 gram balls. I've got 2 of them, but I typically seem to use about 70 grams on a sock, there or thereabouts, or even less sometimes. So yeah, I had a bit of a mare last week with this. I did put, if you've watched last week's vlog, you'll know, so I put a lifeline in just before I started like the gusset increases. And then just because in case it was the wrong size and I needed to rip it back. And just as well, I put that lifeline in because I just wasn't paying attention and I messed up my pattern. And so I was virtually at the point where I was going to be doing the heel. And then I thought, rather than trying to fix it, and it just all got a bit messy, so I just ripped it back to the lifeline, which was a godsend. So I will definitely be using lifelines a lot more. So yesterday I kind of worked from here up. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pop a little stitch marker on so we know. But basically I've finished my gusset increases now for this, and it's coming on all right. Let me just try and do this. So it's really weird because I feel like I'm knitting the sock backwards because I've only ever done cuff down socks. but you can see there we're starting to get a bit of shaping and space for the heel. So we shall see how that goes. But it is a gorgeous pattern. I'm really enjoying it. It's dead easy to remember. I've got my little sock ruler here. Someone was asking me where I got my sock ruler. I think I hadn't shared. I don't think I'd mentioned it. I got it from Yarnistry. But they also sell the same ones on Wool Warehouse. But because I normally order on Wool Warehouse, but it was out of stock. And I think they're about the same price. But yeah, I think she just does them on a 3D printer. But they're really, really good. It's got all like your shoe sizes on here. So it's got like your adult, UK adult, EU adult, US women's, US men's. And then it's got all the measurements on there in centimetres. So it's really, really handy to use. And I've used this for working out how far to knit before coming up. But you can see now I'm virtually, yeah, it's coming on all right. But it helps you see the pattern better as well. But you can see my little lifeline there. Obviously now I'm getting my shaping, so it's looking a bit weird here. But we're getting there. So I'm looking forward to this, making some progress. Today, I want to, because what am I up to next? I think it's going to be, because I've just done the gusset increase. The next bit is the heel. So I've got the heel to do, then the heel turn, then the leg, and then it'll be just like plain sailing. And the good thing, I suppose, with doing it this way up the leg, I can just work until like I finish my pattern, so it finishes nicely on a nice length. And maybe weigh it, well, actually, because they're separate balls, so 50-gram balls, I can sort of, potentially I could just keep going if I wanted from a leg length until I ran out of yarn with this, and then just do the same on the other one. But we'll see how we go. I did mention it's on 2.5mm needles. Actually, I forgot to mention in last week's vlog, I did initially start this on a 9-inch circular, but it's a snot bag. As I was doing the increases, like the gusset increases, I found it was getting quite cramped on my thing, so I've switched to a 10-inch circular, which are the Knit Pro Novas, and my 9-inch are the Knit Pro Zing. But yeah, so there we go. They just sort of fit on there a little bit nicer. Maybe when I move it onto the leg, I might switch back down to the 9-inch. We'll just wait and see how it goes. But yeah, so far so good. That is going really, really well. Next thing, she says. Oh, so yeah, I kind of mentioned that I had, last week I'd started a Musselburgh hat for Glenn. Anyway, we're going to disregard that this week. I'm going to rip it out. I've decided that my needle size is probably too big, even though you can use any needle, any yarn. For the fabric, I'd rather have a denser fabric. So I'm just going to rip that out. So we're not going to be working on that. But yeah, Musselburgh hat, it is a brilliant hat. I'm sure lots of you know all about it. It's by Ysolda Teague. And it's such a clever idea. You just keep increasing to a point where you can then just measure your gauge. You then they've got like a little chart and everything. It'll tell you how many increases you need to do. And then you just keep knitting in like a big tube and it folds in itself. And they're amazing hats. So yeah, but I'm just going to rip that out. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to work on it this week, if I'm honest. But I just wanted to acknowledge it's here. But I'm not going to be doing anything with it. I'm going to rip it out so we can forget about it. And then last night I cast on a new sock. Where have I just put my little piece of paper? Here we are. And I actually don't know what sock I'm knitting yet. But I just wanted to cast on a sock that I could do whilst watching TV. So I just cast on 64 stitches. I normally do my socks on a 2.25. However, I'm doing these on a 2.5 just to compare, because I'm still a pretty new sock knitter. So I thought, let's try 2.5 myself, see what it's like. I've literally just done 4 rows, I think it is, of 2x2 rib. I'm going to decide, I'll decide what sock I'm going to knit soon. It may either be a plain vanilla, a broken rib, sock broker light, which I've done recently as well, which is kind of like almost like a rib style one, which was also nice. And I just want like a pretty straightforward, simple sock to work on whilst watching telly, because I need to concentrate a little bit more like round the heel and things with this one. So just an easy TV knit, just because I'm not going to be doing my Musselburgh hats. The yarn I'm using for this is Look at this, it's lovely. So it's a self-patterning yarn. It is Style Crafts Head Over Heels Walking in Nature. I think this was reduced on Wool Warehouse. It wasn't very much at all. I'm pretty sure it was in the sale. It is a 4-ply. It's in the shade Saunter, shade 3231. And it is 75% superwash wool, 25% polyamide, 396 meters, 433 yards. And yeah, I'm knitting it on 2.5s, as I say, just to see how that is. However, having said that, I've never knit used head over heels Stylecraft yarn for socks, so I don't know what that would be like on 2.25s, but it doesn't matter. I think this will be quite a nice one. It'd be nicer to maybe have knit this in September time, you know, more autumn vibes, but it's a nice one. It matches my sweater. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's where we're at. Once I know what pattern I'm going to follow, obviously I'll update you this week with that. Okay, so I think that's a pretty long introduction, 20 minutes. I must get that down a bit. So yeah, there we go. I shall catch up with you once I've got some stuff to show you. And then let me know what you're working on, how your week is going. I'll see you in a wee bit. Hello, it's Monday. I'm just trying to find the best light. So I thought I'd give you a quick catch up on yesterday evening's knitting. Much more successful start of the week compared to the other day when I was just ripping out constantly. So let's have a little look. So I'd cast on using this yarn. Wasn't quite sure what I was going to make. So I have found a pattern. Oh my goodness, what was it? Was it the Austin socks by like Crazy Sock Lady? I think it might have been Austin socks. However, I could be making that up. I'm going to pop it here, whatever it is. But it's a really simple pattern, but it's a 14-row repeat. But it's basically like a couple of rows of knits, then a combination of knits and pearls, knits, row, knits, pearls kind of thing. And then it's like the opposite way around for the second half of the pattern. But it's kind of creating, let me just pop this on here so you can see it. So you can see it's just like a mix of stocking stitch and then bits of garter. And so I thought it'd be quite nice just with like the self-striping yarn to do something not too fussy, but just adds a little bit of texture. This feels really nice yarn. This is the Stylecraft Heads Over Heels. It honestly feels nice. It's not as soft as that merino, but it's not as scratchy as the Drops Fable, and I really like it. It feels like it's going to stand up well to being worn. So yeah, so we'll get a bit more, but I'm really liking this. It's looking quite a nice pattern so far, and I'm really pleased. I've got these small stripes at the top of the cuff, makes them look a little bit like sporty. So yeah, they're quite nice. So we'll see how it goes. It's quite interesting as well. There's like little bits of, is that the pattern where it looks like, oh it is, see how it dimples in? This is going to be interesting to see how it develops, and if it like kind of looks almost like checkerboardy with the sort of pattern like in, out, we shall see. But yeah, I'm really liking it. And the thing like with self-striping yarn, you just kind of think, oh, I'll just do a few more rows. So we'll see how this develops. But I'm going on to like a plainer section now after this speckledy bit. So I can see Glenn out the window here. Bless him, he's been working in the garden. But yeah, this, I'm really, really happy with it. It is coming on beautifully. So she'll see how it goes. I don't know if it's going to feel big, because it's like, it feels like a slightly chunkier yarn, but whether that's just because I've been knitting with that merino and that feels a little bit finer, I don't know, but I just love how it's knitting up. I think it's looking nice, and it's got decent definition as well on the stitches. So yeah, I think it's looking lovely. So that was last night's progress. So obviously I'd already done the 20 rows of rib, so I've done 16 rounds of the pattern. So yeah, I'm just on to the second repeat now. So I've done the first 14 rows, which was a repeat, and now we're going back to the beginning. I don't know if it's going to be one of those that I remember it. I think it'd be easy to get it wrong, I think. So I'm definitely going to concentrate and make sure I do it right. So I don't know. I normally put a marker every 10 rounds. I'm wondering whether to do a marker every 40, or maybe do every 10 for one bit, but then every 14 at the start, so I can see which row of the pattern I'm on to make it a bit easier, but it's fairly straightforward, I think. Maybe once I've done a few more patterns, I'll be like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. So that was that bit. So I thought that was really good. And then what I'm really happy with, I sat down and I really wanted to get that heel finished on my Linea sock from 52 Weeks of Socks. Guys, I'm so happy. I've switched back onto my 9-inch needle now because I was on the 10-inch circular and it was certainly feeling a bit stretched. I have created my heel. I'm so happy. How bizarre doing a heel flap and gusset backwards, because it's obviously toe up. Now, does this yarn though look like it's going to pill a bit? I think this is going to be quite a pilly yarn. I don't know, I've just got a feeling. This is the Drops Fable. It looks like it could. But I'm so happy. But I'm not sure if it's going to be, I don't know if it's a bit long. And I can't try it on because I'm on 9-inch circles and this little bit won't go over my foot. But I'm just going to finish the sock and we'll see. But it's looking all right. It's looking really good. And that heel is so good. Now, I did make a little error when I was first started doing this. And I missed out one of the stitches. And then it made like the slip one, knit one. It was out of line. I thought, well, that doesn't seem right. So I did spot it, managed to go back, tinked it back just like a couple of rows and fixed that. And you can't even tell. But the nice thing about doing a toe up, because obviously you can get your heel flap gusset cuff down, but then you have to pick up your stitches, don't you, along your heel flap. But with this, you're decreasing, you increase and you decrease, and you've got no pickups, so you don't have any gaps. And that is, look how lovely that is compared to like a traditional heel flap and gusset. I really like it. So I hope this sock fits. But so far so good. It's got a lovely little bit here where I was doing my increases. It looks really pretty on the edge. So yeah, I'm happy. And so now I'm onto the leg. And whereas obviously when I was doing the foot, it was just like plain stockinette on the back of the foot and pattern on the front. Now we're obviously continuing on with the pattern up the front of the leg, which is like this diamond pattern continuing on. But then it's got, can you see on the back, we're getting that little mini cable and twisted rib pattern on the back. So this is going to be a really pretty pattern. I think really nice sock. I'm loving it. So I'm so happy with my progress. I think it's fantastic. I'd probably be able to take out this lifeline now, I think, because I feel it's now redundant. So we'll maybe take that out later, but yay, it's coming on well. So I'll pop back later. We've got a little bit more to report. I think I'm going to sit and do a bit of knitting. I've had a busy day today and I've been out to my parents' house, doing some stuff there, been in the food shop. So I definitely think it's time to do some knitting. It's 3:10 for goodness sake. It's definitely knitting time. But yay, it's looking like a sock, which is great. So I don't know who it's going to fit, but it's looking like a sock. The bathrooms are being fitted, so I have come up to the loft as a little bit of sanctuary. I think we're going to do a little bit of organising and then, yeah, see how we get on. We'll go into the side. There's still quite a bit to unpack from moving in, but I don't think it's as bad as what I first thought. I think what I'm going to do, I've got a load of some wool here, yarn here. Where is it? There. Which I'll take into that side as well with the rest of it. Well, I think next week maybe do a video trying to organise all of my yarn and maybe start popping it into Ravelry so I've got a full record of all of my stash. But yeah, let's go have a look and see where we're up to. I don't think there's that much to do actually, so yeah, this is the yarn I'm going to move and we're going to come to the other side and bob it in this bit. So I've already got some yarn there. So yeah, a little reminder. So I've got a load of stuff here already. So let's go bring the rest of it through and get sorted. Why is that on this side? Anyway, and we've not got that much to unpack. I've got some stuff here. This is card. A couple of boxes really. Not that much left to organise. Okie dokie, so I've just emptied one box, wasn't much in it. I've got a box here which I think from memory a lot of it goes in these Alex drawers. So I've got some, these were my mother-in-law's. She used to use it like per mango, like with parchment paper and inks. So I've got some of my threads from when I used to do like macrame and stuff like that. I make macrame jewellery. I don't know, there's all sorts in here. So we'll have a little look in and see what there is. I also found another tripod thing, a phone mount, which I've just stuck on my desk for now. This is going to be really handy because it's really angular, so I should be able to just film up here a bit easier. So yeah, you can get like a completely different angle. This is maybe a bit better. We can do it a time lapse and at least then you can see me getting stuff out of here. And yeah, so a bit of a change to just knitting this week. So hopefully you'll enjoy a little bit of organising. Right then, so that's the plumber just away. He needs to go get a few supplies. So that's handy. What I'm going to do, I might get Glenn just now to see if we can get the other IKEA furniture that I used to have in bedroom 3, which is now currently in the garage. See if we can get that upstairs whilst he's away. And I'll get it in the other side where I've just put the yarn. Because then I can, what I was thinking about was different spaces for different crafts maybe. Or at least maybe have that bit where I can, I don't know, maybe have my moulds, and then if I've got any resin curing or anything, I can pop that in that side. And then there's a door there, ventilation and things as well. So potentially just use that side for setting my resin. But I want to try and keep all my inclusions and things and embellishments and all my little bits and pieces that can either be used like in jewellery, with resin, cards, you know, because a lot of stuff you can use across different crafts. So sort of like, you know, like all like these little, I don't know, all like your little embellishment things. Yeah, they can be used for lots of things. So I don't want to have everything like that just over that side for like resin. If then I could maybe use it on a card or in something else. Does that make sense? I'm sure the more I start crafting and creating, then the better. And then I'll know where I want things. I don't know if I had a chat with you about my plans for next year. So I'm going to re-watch what I've filmed so far this week. And then if I haven't chatted about it, I'll have a chat with you in a minute as we're sort of working and things. But I'm just really excited to get creating and things like that, and I think it's quite nice to have like a separate space. Eventually, as I say, hopefully we'll have the garage converted and get some bifolding doors on. That'd be like a great studio slash gym slash whatever else I'm going to turn it into. I'm just kind of thinking like long term, you know, I'm fine getting up and down the stairs just now into the loft, but I suppose eventually there'll be a time when it's probably better and safer for me downstairs. Anyway, hopefully that's quite a way off. But yeah, or you never know. We're also talking about getting like a craft shed or something in the garden, but then it's outside of the house, and sometimes it's nice just being in the house. So it's just really nice to be upstairs though, and yeah, I'm enjoying being up here again. It's I think I need to make sure I actively come up here a few times a week, because then I think I'm more likely to make different things rather than just sort of sat doing just knitting. I'm more like to think, oh, I'm going to make something with resin today, or I'm going to do some jewellery. I really want to share all of the crafty things that I enjoy doing here on my channel with you all. So yay. Right, let me go out and get Glenn and see if we can get some of this furniture up the stairs whilst there's a window of opportunity. I quite like this really weird angle. It's quite good because I've got you on like a little, it's like an articulating arm, so it's quite good. I've got that still on there. I do need to get in here painted, but yeah, it's quite handy. Then I'll be able to to straighten you up a bit. Eventually, like do overhead shots and things like that, and like craft with me's, and yeah, I've got loads of ideas that I want to do, and I'm just feeling so motivated to be creative. I'm loving it. I'm just loving it. So I'm excited. Right then, let me go get my husband.
Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet.
I'm not doing anything. Okay, so I have got my couple of small Alex straws up and one of the tops. This is not how it's going to go. I've just got it sat up here just now, but at least I can start popping some things in these drawers. I need to get the, is it a Malm? M-A-L-M, the Malm desk up as well. And then I'm thinking that'd be quite a good place here to, I don't know, either potentially diamond paint. Actually, maybe diamond painting and like letting resin cure. So that could be a good bit for this side. I had considered maybe making it a yarn storage area in here as well. But I'm not sure. There's also a large chest of drawers over this other side which had been left in the house. I think I might, let me go zooming in there, that may bring that over this side as well. Actually, just for storage things, I could maybe keep my moulds in those drawers. That might be something quite good to do. I can maybe keep, yeah, that's what I might do there. Oops, sorry, that's terrible. Might keep them there. And then, it's just going to be a work in progress. And then just, yeah, the more that I sort of start using things, the more I think, oh, that could go in there. I don't really use that much. That could go in here. That could go in here, you know. And then, but at least sort of starting to get there a little bit. Hello, it's Friday morning, so I thought I'd just try and do a really quick catch up. Excuse any background noise and the wind. We've got the workmen here just currently working on the bathroom, so there's a lot of noise going on in the background. I've shut the door there, but I thought I want to come on really quickly and just do a very quick catch up, and then I'll chat to you properly either tonight or tomorrow. So my Linea sock, guys, I am now ready to bind off sock number 1. Good grief. So here we go. Got the leg done, got the cuff done. It's a really pretty cuff. So like the little cabling bit continues up the cuff with the half twisted rib. There's like a little decreased stitch here to sort of bring it all in. And yeah, I think it's worked out really nicely. So I've just put a little thing up on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. Actually, there's a 52 Weeks of Socks Facebook group. So I've just put a little post on just asking what the best bind off to do is. It just says in the book bind off loosely, I think. But one person's come back and said maybe do a tubular bind off with it being like a rib thing, and it should be really nice. So I'm just gonna wait and see if there's a few more responses. So if any of you know what you would do let me know in the comments. That'd be great. But it's just the thought of doing sock number 2. It's just a bit like, however, having said that, I no longer need the pattern at all. I have the pattern memorized. Obviously, I'll just check it for numbers and things. I've got all my markers in here anyway, so I know where I'm, you know, how many things I've done for my toe and then my foot and whatnot. And I've kept notes in my Ravelry. But it looks like it'd be, I mean, technically I could have maybe done it just like one up the leg and then the rib. Quite a few people have done that. We'll see what the length is. But I just think it looks so pretty. I've got no idea if it'll fit me, because obviously normally I can try them on when I'm going cuffed down, because I'm doing it on a 9-inch circular. I can't get this bit over the my heel, so I suppose I could have done it magic loop for a bit to try on, but anyway, it's fine. It doesn't matter. It is what it is, and hopefully it'll fit. It looks like a really stretchy leg, and I did do, because I thought there's all this cabling and half twisted rib which can make it a bit tighter, so I did do the 2.5mm needles as well rather than the 2.25s. The pattern did ask for 2.5, so yeah, but I think the leg looks lovely with all this on the back. What a gorgeous back leg. really, really nice. So that's doing well. And then I'd cast on my other sock, hadn't I? Just done the started the rib. I wasn't sure what to do. This looks really big, actually. This is on also 2.5s. I'm wondering if it should have gone down a size. I don't know if it's going to be massive or not. I've decided to do, did I tell you, the Austin sock by Crazy Sock Lady. So it's just a combination of like knits and pearls, and they kind of, it's quite nice actually. They're just like alternated. So like your pearls, there's pearls here, pearls, as you can see. So I've now done, I think it's like 64 rounds for the leg, as the pattern suggests, 64 rounds. I'm ready now to do the heel flap. So I think I'll try this on and see what that's like, if I can actually get that one on as well. Probably not. 9 inch, I could try it on when they use 10-inch circulars, but 9 inches, it just does make a big difference. Once it gets around my heel, I'll be able to try it. If this is looking like it's going to be too big for my leg, I might end up making this maybe for my dad or my mum, maybe my dad, and then just make a longer foot. He's only one shoe size larger than me, so it won't be many more rounds. But we'll see how it goes once I get the heel flap done. But I think it's patterning up really nicely. It's really fast tinted, this. It made me realise, in comparison to doing all this cabling and patterning, why like either like a plain vanilla sock or something with not very much to it is so much quicker. Like this pretty much got done almost in an evening, really, really fast. Whereas this, I think my second sock for this will be quicker. But I'm really liking it. I think it's nice. And then what I'm hoping is there might be some of this yarn left. It'd be really nice, but that would be great as a contrast. It goes fairly well. Can you imagine that could have been a contrast heel? And it's all right, Glenn. It could be like a contrast heel. It'd be lovely in tow. I think it goes fairly decent, but yeah, this feels quite thick. I'm just wondering, I think it's gonna be quite a stretchy, quite a loose fitting sock with those pearls compared to being all stocking. Maybe it should have been a 2.25. Someone's just coming, won't be a minute. Hello, it's now Saturday. It was the wife of the plumber that was doing the our bathrooms that came yesterday that interrupted my filming. So I'll give you a bit more of an update. More has happened since yesterday, and I've got a few things I needed to show you because I didn't get to sort of catch up properly yesterday. First thing, let's just continue. I've literally just shown you that sock, haven't I? This is such a quick sock. This is the Austin sock from Crazy Sock Lady. Not that. Where have I got it? Where have I got it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh my goodness me. Oh, there it is. You know. So I was working on this yesterday for a bit after I'd sort of filmed, like was chatting to you, and I have got the heel done. So I'm now on the gusset decreases to get to the foot. So that's come on well. So yeah, I like how we've got like the stripe section on like the heel flap, and then it's switched colour around here, and then now we've got almost, it's worked out so well, like a new stripe as we're now going through the gusset decreases. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know if this is going to end up being for Glenn, because it does look wide. You'll get another pair of socks. It looks quite wide in the leg. Once I've got onto the foot section, I'm going to try it on and see what it's like. And if it is a bit baggy, which I think it might be, if it is, it'll be going to his nibs, and then I'll just create a longer foot. At least it's not bright pink or anything like that. And that's a lesson learned. So I think that's just my inexperience with sock knitting. So if I've got like, obviously garter stitch creates a bit more width, I think, really. So all these little garters could well be adding to the circumference of the leg, along with using a bigger needle to what I did before. So maybe what I needed to do for this pattern was a 2.25mm, but it's all learning, isn't it? And so either that, or it could end up being like a slouchy sock, And the other alternative would be, obviously, it might make it, rewind. I was just thinking out into my head. Oh my God, why can't I speak today? What I was thinking was potentially it's whether you then sort of change to a 2.25mm for the foot. However, the sole obviously is just going to be in stocking stitch, like stockinette, and then the instep, like the top part of the sock, will be in pattern. So theoretically, the second part of the sock, so the foot, will not be quite as it shouldn't be quite as much stretch as the leg, I think. We'll see, but I'm thinking this is going to end up being for Glenn. I don't want a pair of socks for me. But anyway, this is coming on really well. It's so fast to knit. And I actually think my heel flap and gussets turned out really nicely this time. No holes or anything like that. I picked up an extra stitch in the corner, but rather than picking up the bar between the stitches, I picked up a leg off one stitch and a leg off the other stitch, and then brought them together to create a new one. So it kind of makes like that a neater bit. So you can see there's no hole in that bit there, which lots of people kind of struggle with getting holes when they do heel flap and gusset. Well, there is no hole at all. I'm really happy with it. And then the first round after I'd picked up the stitches, I knit through the back loop of that stitch, and then all the rest of them I did just like a normal regular knit in the front loop stitch. So that kind of has twisted that stitch and made it a wee bit tighter as well. So yeah, I think it's looking all right. We'll see how we get on. So that was that bit. I've had some replies back to my cast off, bind off dilemma for my Linea socks. That is really good, so we'll chat about that. If I do it today, I'll include it later on this afternoon. Otherwise, it'll be into next week's vlog. My sweater, oh, excuse me, I've made great progress with my sweater. I think we'll try it on today and I'll show you. I'll just put my makeup on. I'll maybe do it later on today. But it's coming on great. Have I shown you this since I've got to this bit? I can't remember now. This is the problem with filming in bits and pieces through the week. But guys, look at this. It is almost at the right length, I think. So if you kind of look here, it's coming on really well. So obviously I need a little bit more on that sleeve. So we'll try it on and we'll work out what I need to do. But yeah, that's that ball of yarn finished now. So I've still got, I think, 3 balls of drops air left. It takes just over 1 for the sleeve. So I'll start my new sleeve, do that, and then I'll finish 1 sleeve and then start the new sleeve with the new ball, and then use a little bit extra on for that. And then whatever I've got left, I'll probably just add on to the length. I'm nearly done. I've made such great progress. If you look from where I joined on that bit of yarn, my new ball last time, which was here, so I've done that much in the round, so it's quite good. And it's like 200 stitches all the way around. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with how it's looking. It's so soft, and I'm making this. I feel very clever and accomplished, although it's not finished yet, is it? So I should just maybe, pride comes before a fall and all that. But I'm so happy with it. I'm really proud of how that's going. So that's that. And I may or may not have bought a few things. So first thing, so I'm dying to do some colour work. So I've ordered this book off Amazon. It came a couple of days ago. I just haven't had a chance to show you yet. I was going to show you yesterday, and then obviously I got cut off. It was really hard to film through the week when like the plumbers are in doing the bathrooms. So I've got the Doodle Knit Directory, which is Jamie Lomax, and this is on, oh my gosh, what's her Instagram called? Is it Pacific Knits Co? I want to say. Is it Pacific Knit? Yes, Pacific Knit Co. And on her Instagram, it's just so engaging with all these patterns. So basically, this book, it has basic patterns it's got a basic pattern for, I think it's a hat, a cowl, mittens, socks. Let me show you here. So here, it's got these basic shape patterns, and then all you do after that, it's so clever. It's got, hang on a minute, loads and loads of different patterns, colour work patterns, and what you do is you can then insert them into what you're knitting and create your own colour work patterns just by using these little things. I mean, look at some of these, aren't they fab? So obviously you get like the owls, you could get, you know, and you just sort of create your own pattern. It's got all different things from so, charts, I suppose, that's the better word, what I should be telling you about. So it tells you, you've got like spring, summer, autumn, winters. You've got all the different animals, patterns. You've got spare charts, so you can create your own and just sort of put it in and suppose photocopy that. But you could just use a digital chart planner on your phone or iPad or whatever, and it tells you how to insert them, how to add them into patterns. So I suppose even if you've got like your favourite hat pattern or favourite this, you could probably put them in as a repeating pattern, as a single motif. We've got little ducks and chickens and bees and flowers, different kind of like winter things like snowflakes, cups, like leaves. The leaves are gorgeous. So yeah, there's lots and lots. I don't want to show obviously too much because obviously it's a paid book. And then you can also buy little like stacking kits, cards. So you can buy like add-ons, you know, so you can get, I don't know, they do different sets and you can just buy these extra sets if you want. I mean, there's loads of things you can get, isn't there, on Pinterest and whatnot, but I thought it's just really nice to have a book, and it's just some of the designs I've got in here. I can show you like the finished designs. Some of the things I've got are just stunning. Have I shown you that one? And I suppose the options are endless. So I figured it was a really good staple thing to purchase. So yeah, so I did that. And then I was popped into town. It's just this little tiny local town. And the post office there has a wool shop at the back. And it's a really nice wool shop. But they also have bargain buckets, which is great. So I thought, well, I'll just go in and have a look at the bargain bucket. And then like they stock a lot of like Rowans and Serdar style crafts. So, you know, a lot of yarns like you kind of like used to. And I thought it's just really nice because you can sort of see what they're like in real life. Because up until like recently, I've kind of like ordered most of my wool from Wool Warehouse because I've not had like a local yarn store ever. So it's really nice to have some things, and they're actually really reasonably priced. They're really good priced, and a few of the things are actually cheaper than online, which I was really amazed at. So I looked in the bargain bucket, and there's this one ball of wool. Look at this. So this is James C. Brett Emotions in the shade Peaceful. So this is meant to be £5, and it was marked down to £3. Now, however, when I went to the till and I was yapping away, and I got a couple of other things, and I was distracted by a new pattern for some Highland cows I've got in with all the wool there. And she's charged me the full price, but honestly, I don't mind. It's no big deal. So it should have been, it was marked down to £3, but she still charged me the £5. But it's fine. So these are 150 gram balls, which I think is really nice. And I thought, isn't that beautiful? So it's either going to make a gorgeous hat or scarf or something. So it's acrylic, 100% acrylic, so it's easy to look after. You get 435 meters, 474 yards. You can machine wash it. You can tumble dry it on cool. You can even iron it on cool. And recommended is 4mm needles, which is a US 6. And I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. So I picked that up just because I haven't got anything like this. So I thought I wanted that. And then I saw these, and these were just full price, but I was like, oh, they feel gorgeous. And again, it's another James C. Brett undertones, super chunky. I was having a look, I tried to look on Ravelry to see if I could see any projects that people had made with this, and there's none. in this colourway, and I can't even find the colourway on Ravelry to add it into my stash as like a known one. It's in the shade Pebbles. How amazing. Now what I didn't realise is it actually looks a bit like, it's almost like a chenille type yarn, but it's acrylic. It's not polyester, but it's kind of got that kind of feel. I think it's just actually just really tight. Is it spun or blown? I'm not sure what type of yarn it is, but I've got 2 balls of it because it's just gorgeous. So the 100-gram balls, $2.99 each, and you get 100 meters, 109 yards. It's 100% acrylic. You can machine wash it. You can cool, tumble dry it. It's recommended 10 millimeters. US of 15, so I thought this would make a beautiful chunky hat. Like I really wanted to make a hat with it, and I just think the colours are gorgeous. They have loads of different colourways. It is I think it's classed as a super chunky, and yeah, super chunky, it says on the front. Absolutely love it. So I've got 2 of them, but aren't they beautiful? So nice. So nice. I mean, that might even make like might get a pair of mittens out of this. This one's double knitting. So, but yeah, very naughty and bought some new things, but it's all right. And then the little shop does a little loyalty card as well. And they write down how much you've spent. And when you get to £50, they give you £5 voucher, which I think is really nice. So that brings the price down. So it's like getting 10% off, really. So I've got my little loyalty card as well, which is lovely. So yeah, that is where I'm up to at the moment. I'll catch back with you later if I get my sock, the Linea sock, cast off. If I bind that off, I will be back and I'll let you know how that has gone. Otherwise, potentially that might be the end of this week's vlog, but I'll probably be back later this afternoon. Hubby's got an afternoon of sport. He's got Leeds United are playing. There's a sprint race for the F1, and then there's a normal race qualifying as well for F1. So it's like, and then we're at pub tonight playing dominoes. Rock and roll. So I think I'll be getting a lot of crafty time done this afternoon, just because he's allowed an afternoon of sport. So and it lets me just sort of knit guilt-free. I knit guilt-free anyway, but you know what I mean. Okay, I'll catch you all later. I'm straight back because I forgot to tell you, I decided to restart the Musselburgh hat. I know I said I was going to wait and not do it. He's really happy. He's a little nosy Parker in the background. So as you know, I'd started the Musselburgh in the same yarn that I'd knit Glen's socks in, and so this is the Yarnsmith Merino sock. It's a super wash. It is a 75% merino, 25% nylon blend. It's incredibly soft. It's in the shade Rainy Days. Beautiful. So I've cast on this blooming hat. I think I've started it 2 or 3 times, and I was using 3.5mm needles, and I was not happy. I thought I think it's just too loose in it. And whilst you can do this hat whatever gauge you want, I still want to create a nice fabric. So last night I decided I'm ripping it out. So I've ripped it all out, started again, virtually re-knit pretty much last night how much I'd taken out, which shows I'm getting quicker at this pattern. So I've restarted it on 3mm needles. So pleased I did, because I'm just getting this out of the way. It is making a much nicer fabric. So I'm nearly able to check my gauge, I think, on this. I think it's coming up about 7 or 8 stitches, an inch. But you can see there how the increases are coming for the crown. So you've got it like in 4 sections. And you're basically kind of like making one each sort of bit, you know, at each edge, and then knitting in between and all the rest of it. I'm not going to go on too much about it because obviously it's a paid pattern. Very, very popular. And I think it's definitely, if you haven't got it, this pattern, and you want to have like a really good, you know, basic hat, I think this is probably worth investing in, because it's been knit so many thousands and thousands of times. There's thousands of projects on Ravelry, so you can see different colorways, different yarn weights, blah de blah de blah de blah, you know, and it's just such a warm, basic hat. And yeah, it's tried and tested, isn't it? So it's definitely worth your investment. It doesn't cost that much to purchase. And once you've got it, you've got it. And I thought this could be quite interesting to potentially, could I, when you get part of the way down onto the cuff, could I insert a colour work section on that? So when you turn it up, you've got like a colour work on the brim. There's something. So you could, you know, maybe just get a basic one done first, but maybe in the future, as I get more experience with my knitting, that's something I can start to do. But I'm loving it. Yeah, I'm really happy that I've switched down needle size. I'm now on the 3mm. Definitely what was called for. It's a much neater gauge. So yeah, that's where we're up to. Right, I am going now. I've currently done, I think, about 26 rows on that. Still increasing. But there will come a time, can't wait till then it's just like mindless knitting in the round. I want this so that it's going to be like my TV knitting on a night when I've just had enough of everything else and I need to concentrate on what I'm watching on TV, but I still want to be knitting in the background. So that's that. Just a makeup bag. This. Oh no, it's not. I got this bag from Teague. I bought it specifically for like socks and little projects. It's great. It's really nice. I don't have any fancy knitting bags here. They're all pretty much makeup bags or goodness knows what. Anyway, I'll catch you later. Hello. I thought, let's try on my sweater and see what it's looking like. So give me 2 ticks. I shall manoeuvre myself into it and we'll see where we're at. Dead excited. Guys, check this out. First of all, it fits over my head. And look, this is before it's blocked. So I need to obviously add some length onto my sleeve. I can't believe this. It's looking all right. Considering I didn't do a gauge swatch, I've been really lucky. To be fair, I don't even think it needs that much more length on it, really. Because if that drops, it could like relax a bit during blocking. It could sit really nice with jeans. So I definitely need, I mean, I know this could probably relax a bit anyway, but I've seen a lot of people that have done this seem to have quite short sleeves. So I definitely, I'm going to add a few more inches onto the sleeves. Because then there's like, then there'll be like a little, I think the 4 or 5 row ribbon, and then they do like a little stockinette bit that creates the rolled edge. However, I don't mind having longer sleeves. But I think the shaping has worked out really well, considering I picked up more stitches than what it said. I think it's all right. This should relax out a bit. It's not got loads of positive ease, but I don't like massively oversized sweaters. We shall see what it's like once it's done. But I think the neck looks quite nice, and I got it over my head, no problem, which is really good. It's not too itchy. It's a little bit itchy, not bad. That might soften up with blocking, but I'd probably wear a little, maybe a long sleeved t-shirt underneath it or something. But it only feels itchy kind of here around my chest. It doesn't feel bad on my arms, so that's quite good. So I could, because I could wear a little vest top or a long sleeve top, but it's not looking bad, is it? Oh, I'm really happy. Really happy. So yeah, I think I'm going to pick up my next, actually no, I'm just going to continue on with the sleeve now. See how much more I need to add on there. And then we can come back once we've got, I think, it's not going to take much more to knit onto that. So yeah, well, I've got a marker on here where I'm up to with my sleeve already. So I have placed the marker so I can see how much more I need to add on. But I reckon, well, actually that's quite good. A good palm's width on however long that is. I think that's how much more I need to do. So I'll do that as a marker from there. And then we'll try it back on and see. And then we can do the other sleeve. But honestly, I don't know if I need that much more on the length. Although it could be quite nice down here. I might have a look at some of the finished pictures and see what the lengths look like. I'm really pleased. It's not massive. I'm not sure how much drops air stretches. But da-da-da, we've got to try on. Catch you later. Right, I'm going to finish off this vlog for this week. I haven't cast off my sock yet, so we will do that probably tomorrow and the start of a new weekly vlog. So that'll be like a little new skill to learn for that one. But yeah, I'd just like to say thank you so much to all of you for taking the time to watch this vlog. I think it was quite long this week. I will find out in editing, but I seem to have put quite a bit into it this week. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and take care. Happy crafting. Let me know what you're working on, and I'll see you all in the next vlog. Mwah! Bye for now.